Indulge, joining me today is a superstar from the 90s who's still doing some fantastic work in Bollywood. She is the girl from Ghungat Ki Aad Se Dil Barka. Joining me is Juhi Chawla, okay, and she will be seen in Sharmaji Namkeen that's about to release soon. Hello, Juhi.
Hello, Aisha. Nice to be with you. And thank you for that lovely introduction.
Oh, it's an honor to speak with you because you, I think, have been an icon for most of us.
Pata nahi, thank you. It's God's grace. And thank you for the love. Thank you.
Okay, so Sharmaji Namkeen, I watched the trailer. Looks very interesting and very heartwarming. So tell me about your role and why did you agree to this movie?
जो आपने अभी ट्रेलर देखा ना, फिल्म वैसी है. It makes you laugh. It makes you smile. The moments are so real, relatable, normal. ऐसे लगता है किसी के घर में हो ही रहा है. And then while entertaining you with what is going on, it also touches your heart. And then again ends on a funny note. So I just felt as a film, as a script, it was just brilliant. Just happy. Like ye aisi film banegi at that moment. I thought, you would enjoy watching it. So there's just no way I was going to say no. But I have to say the centerpiece of the film is Sharmaji. Mera to role theek hai, acha hai, but he is the soul and heart and soul of this film. And I, as an actor, I envied Chintu ji कि भैया कितना कमाल का रोल मिला उनको, क्योंकि जब डायलॉग सुनाते थे या डिस्कशंस होती थी तो मुझे लगता था मैं I can almost see Chintu ji doing it. I can hear the way he will say these lines. Yes, so that's where it started, and then of course we started to shoot. I joined the shooting started a little earlier, and then I joined in the unit. Some days later, I had to return to Mumbai. There was a few days off for me in Delhi. We were shooting in Delhi. So I said, I'm Mumbai hokar aati hu. But then when I went back a day or so later, I got a call saying, no, Chintu ji is not feeling well and we'll resume later. But now we'll pack up from Delhi. That was the last. And but we all thought, okay, Chintu ji will be fine and, we'll resume shooting. And in between, I even called and I said, Chintu ji, Ritesh ji, we'll shoot 2-3 दिन काम करेंगे, फिर आप आराम करना, फिर 2-3 दिन काम करेंगे. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, आराम से कर लेंगे. But he wasn't too well. So they said, नहीं, ऐसे नहीं होता है. Do a little in continuation. But a few months later, in between, I even went and met Chintu ji once. And he was fine. For 3 hours, we chatted with Neetu ji and him. And he was a little not really paying attention to us, but with Neetu ji and us chatting and laughing for 3 hours and, with him. And then a month or so later, just got the news that it's no more. And I found that like shattering actually, because it all just happened in some months. Few weeks later only, Ritesh called and he said, we will complete the film. And I didn't know what he meant because I was like, how are we going to complete this film? He said, we'll find a way. And I thought that was very, very wonderful of a producer, because it's so much easier to just let go and say, Jane do. But to say no, against all odds, we will complete it. And then they did. And, I think they tried different ways and then came to this, that let's take Paresh ji and finish the film. And apparently there is a Hollywood film where this has been done and it was very successful as well. So, well, let's see. Now here we are with a complete film. And iconic in the sense that 2 actors and wonderful actors, wonderful, Paresh ji in his own way, Chintu ji in his way, playing one character. we hope it is accepted and it is loved by the audience. Let's see, it'll release very, very soon. So that's Sharmaji Namkeen.
Yeah. That sounds like a really difficult emotional journey, not just for you, but everybody who was part of the movie. So wasn't it like challenging to even, get into that frame of mind and continue from where you had left off?
The first day that I shot sorry, not Chintuji, with Pareshji, I did find it like, it's, how do I say, it was just, you just wonder about life. Okay, there I was just some months ago and I was working with Chintuji and now he's not there. And here is another person. But then onwards, you kind of accepted it and moved on. But it made you wonder about life. Yeah.
Actually, you and Rishi ji were part of Bol Radha Bol, which was actually, such a big super hit film back in the day. And then again with Sharmaji Namkeen, you were together again. So, what good memories and anecdotes do you have of the portions that you shot with him?
I have many anecdotes. Chintuji is one person I seem to have so many anecdotes about because he was so funny. He used to grumble sometimes, he would scold you sometimes, and then he'd sit and make you laugh sometimes. He was the most effortless actor, the most selfless actor. Selfless in the sense, not looking at himself in the mirror and 10-20 बार कोई rehearsal कर रहे हो कुछ नहीं. He would just be there. He was just like that. So you mentioned Bol Radha Bol, but then there was Ina Meena Dika, then there was something, and there was a Kalpataruji film, there were many films, and then there was Luck by Chance, which was also Excel production. And he had done a wonderful guest appearance for Chalk and Duster. And then I got to work with him with Sharmaji Namkeen.
Yeah.
So, I could take up like, I don't know whether to start. Because, my journey with him has sort of begun when I was a little, because that time Bobby the film became a very big hit. And at that time, everything became Bobby. I don't know if you are later on, but clips, Bobby frocks, Bobby socks, Bobby shoes, Bobby. So we used to be wearing Bobby clips and going to school and Bobby clips. And so that's it. He was already a superstar and it was his first film. But then I had never dreamt that one day I'll be in films. And then at the launch of the music of QSQT, he was the chief guest. So because Amir and me were not known people and Nasir Saab had worked with Chintuji so much, so I called him because chalo, wo honge to hamari photo chapegi. So we all stood next to him because he's the star. We are nobodies. Then to getting a chance to work with him in Kalpataruji's film, I'm forgetting the name, but I'm sure we can look it up. And standing there in front of Chintuji saying a dialogue, I have almost died in my shoes because I'm like, oh my God, if I forget my line, because I'm new, then there's a star standing in front of me who is not making a mistake. And how will it look if I can't say my line? So I was shaking in my knees. Then little time later, working in a film, say Bol Radha Bol, by which time I was a little more comfortable. And Chintuji and me have played Scrabble in between shots. He was a champ at Scrabble. But I was also a bright kid, aisa nahi tha. So I'm also lage Scrabble khelte. And the board would come out and tang, we'll start playing. And he would thrash me. 8 out of 10 times he only won. And 2 times out of 10, kisi tarah I have won and I have been jubilant because I'm like, Dekha, I have done it. To then going on to having moments like always that scene, Chintuji comes and goes at a certain time. Okay, he comes at like 2 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning. He'll come, by which time we are all ready. Humne apna close-ups de diye, and then Chintuji will come and he'll get ready, and then his shots, combined shot. You know, then he had it set time. He would do 2 shifts in a day. So I always knew in night time, by sometime, like I forget exactly what time, Chintuji will get into his car and he'll go. So shooting can never go until late because that's his time. Now we're shooting luck by chance. And Zoya Akhtar, Excel production, ye wo. Subha se shooting shuru hui and Chintuji is only on assets. शाम हो गई, रात हो गई, रात के 11 बज गए, अभी हम थक गए हैं और हमको लग रहा है कि अभी चिंटू जी जाएंगे, क्योंकि चिंटू जी के सामने मैं तो नहीं जा सकती ना. आई कैन से मैं जा रही हूँ. सो आई एम वेटिंग कब चिंटू जी बोलेंगे कि ही इज गोइंग. बट 11 बज गए. नाउ माय स्टाफ इज लुकिंग एट मी, और कितनी देर. एंड आई एम लाइक व्हाट कैन आई डू. 12 बज गए, 1 बज गए, 2 बज गए. चिंटू जी स्टिल ऑन द सेट्स एंड ही इज हैप्पी एंड ही इज डूइंग हिज शॉट्स एंड यू नो, लाइक चिंटू जी ये क्या कर रहे हो आप. उनके मतलब रंग ही बदल गए थे. सो then there are many moments, and then in Sharmaji itself, you know, when he was so wonderful. He was so wonderful in his acting. Effortless bole to, just so natural. It was like every shot my director, वो shot खत्म होता था, पीछे से आवाज okay, and you know it by your sound. You don't need to see faces. You know, okay, बहुत अच्छा हुआ है इसलिए ऐसा बोल. मेरा shot होता था तो okay, that means मेरा तो इतना अच्छा हुआ नहीं. So as an actor, I'm suddenly insecure, envious, everything, not liking what's going on.
Yeah.
But so yeah, many fun moments with him. Many. So yeah. अब मैंने बहुत सारे नहीं बताए आपको, क्योंकि इतना टाइम नहीं होगा. ये लोग हमारी बस हो गया, आप लोग जी बातें कम करिए. So
but you know what, really, it's so nice to see that today there is, you know, place for every kind of role, all kinds of stories. There's no longer the conventional stories कि romantic story hai, hero heroine and there's a villain, an antagonist. Today there's a lot mature stories and real stories. And what do you have to say about that? Do you think this at least now will change things for a lot of, you know, seasoned actors?
Oh yeah, I would lot of roles. I mean, yeah, I have offers coming to me like very often now, and wow. So yes, for actors generally now, because stories of many different kinds are coming, and also you can explore the stories at your own time. You know, OTT doesn't have 2.5 घंटे में खत्म करनी है पिक्चर, ऐसा तो कुछ है नहीं. आपका 4 घंटे का एक कहानी हो सकती है, 10 घंटे की हो सकती है. And in that, of course, you can't have just 1 or 2 people holding the whole story. There's so many characters come and go, and each one can be explored nicely. So that, yes, is a big plus for actors, generally directors, stories. Yes, that's a big plus. But मेरी एक complaint भी कुछ ज्यादा ही वायलेंस और ये वो सब चल रहा है. अभी कुछ जो जरूरत भी नहीं है वो भी दिखाए, बोल रही हूँ मैं.
You know, Juhi, that's so endearing about you because you're so candid and honest. Something I think very few people manage to be like that, even when they are in front of camera or behind camera. And another reason why I have seen you being like a voice for so many social causes, and you use your celebrity status that way, which is very impressive. Where do you get this, you know, kind of, you know, thoughts from, saying, "Mujhe aaj kuch karna hai," not for myself, not for the industry, but for society? So what is that reason? What drives you?
There was a time I used to be like, I never thought about these things earlier. It was just, I would get up in the morning, brush my teeth, and go to the work. But then I think life happened. You get married, things change a little. You have children, everything changes. Your whole way of looking at the world changes. And yes, then personal tragedies or some family. Then yeah, that's what's completely like molded me into who I became. I became more conscious of how we're treating our environment. I was shocked. कि हम अपने आप को educated बोलते हैं. I am educated. I have traveled the world और मेरे को इतना नहीं पता कि हम क्या बर्बाद कर रहे हैं इस दुनिया को किस तरह. Whether I started speaking about radiation because it just blew my mind when I realized कि what are we unleashing on the world, and as it grows, what will be the effect on children? So my children, your children, all our children. Again, the environment, they say, okay, when you poisoned the last river and, polluted the last bit of air, you will realize your children can't eat money. So things like that, just when I got to know of the damage we are doing, then I felt that I have to do something about this. And maybe, like you said, it just came to me, maybe this is why I was made an actor. Maybe this is why people will listen because I will say it. And things like radiation at a time, it's a very complicated subject. So sometimes I think, agar koi scientist aata, bahut bada, from the down and said, I'm going to give a lecture on this, come and listen. कौन जाता सुनने? मगर क्योंकि मैं जाती थी and I could speak in a simple way and express it simply and put it, make a nice presentation, people would listen. And if it made sense to them, then it benefited them or something or the other. So just thinking कि चलो जो मुझसे हो सकता है मैं करती हूँ. That's how I did it. That was it.
Okay. My last question. What do you want audience to take away from Sharmaji Namkeen?
I think Chintuji was such a fine actor and, just came from a family of direction, acting. That's it. And this was his life. So I hope and pray that it brings that to you. Entertainment, warmth, fun, that you enjoy yourself and enjoy with your family. I think that's very important. That's all we want as actors. I think when you enjoy our work, when you enjoy the film, for us, that's the greatest high. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
And all the best for the movie.
Thank you. And you watch it too.
Yes, definitely.